welcome to a very special episode of Life's a Garden. It's the 100th episode. I can't tell you how extremely excited I am to have been doing this podcast for this long. And I can't express to you enough the gratitude and the appreciation that I have to all of you for listening and supporting me for however long it's been, if you've listened to one episode or all 100. I appreciate you so very much. The show doesn't happen without you. So I just want to let you know how thankful I am to all of you for your support. And I am so excited to be celebrating 100 episodes. And there's no other way to do that than to go big. And that's what we're going to do today. Because I couldn't think of any bigger way to do it than to have my entire band on the show. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to get crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. But I can tell you, it's going to be a fun time. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Cutthroat. All right, cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Appreciate you guys for coming on.
Yeah.
Woo. Hell yeah. 100 episodes. Damn.
Get on you, man.
Just real quick, I do want to say thank you to all you guys for coming and doing this for me.
Didn't have a choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to quit if you didn't. Hell yeah, man. What's up? Oh, well, you know what? Let's start with just introducing ourselves as from each member. I know we've already done the band podcast individually, but now that we're all together, we'll just go around and kind of say what we are in the band, what position we like. Missionary, dog. No.
Oh, jeez.
No, what position we play. So we'll go here.
Okay. Drew Miller, lead guitarist. Doggy.
Lucas Speed, lead drums. Missionary, keep it Christian.
Aaron fucking Craig, the bassist, prefer to be Lucky Pierre.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Justin Singer, rhythm guitar.
And today in charge of moving the mic back and forth.
I'm the mic mover.
And if you don't know by now, after 100 episodes, I sing. So now you've got that covered. Now everybody can make a clear judgment of who they like most, just simply based on what we play. I think that's a fair assessment, yeah. Total silence. Okay, let's move on.
That was great.
I suppose the best place to start, I was just talking about the band in general. I kind of just want to get your guys'... I mean, hell, it's almost been 2 years since our first show.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, it is.
August 20?
I think it's been 3 years since we've been a band now.
Pretty much,
in the
yeah.
spring.
Then
So,
we played the tap.
yeah,
That
that
was
was...
our first
Remember
show.
the first
Yeah.
jam together at that horror scene of a basement?
Oh
they
my
had?
gosh. With the
there's
dead mice and
down there.
yeah.
That was gruesome.
Yeah, no kidding.
The spiders and all that.
I don't think... I wasn't there. So that was before...
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that was Drew's house.
That was before the Pabst Blue Rhythm section.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... God, when was that? That was like June, huh? That was like
roughly
June.
here. It was
June,
like
probably.
June, maybe. No, it might have been May even. Of like 2019.
Damn.
2019, yeah.
Okay. Well, I kind of just want to get your guys' like general thoughts and just everything that about what we've done in those last 2 years, and just all encompassing of what we've done in the band in general, like thoughts, feelings, anything like that. Who would like to start? Everyone's too afraid to talk.
I think that the band has made great strides in from starting from whenever a band starts. It's always kind of funny, I think that one of the things that made me feel a little bit more comfortable was, although I hadn't hung out or seen him in years, was that Andrew was there. I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
for
that
sure.
guy, and then Justin is just there.
I think I jammed with you once before, right?
We did, yeah.
At the church
We
worship
had-
team.
That's true, and that little stint of there was that guitar player and
Oh yeah,
somebody.
We tried it out once, and it was
we don't talk about it.
Didn't
You
work.
might as well name that
But then
band Bruno, because we don't talk about
Right.
Bruno.
But then I was like, oh, Lucas is a good drummer. I've got you on my mind now.
Right, which I'm
think
glad
about
you
you.
did, because after we got past, I mean, it wasn't even, the first band practice was just kind of everybody getting to know each other, but I'm confident in saying, and I think I speak for everybody, but by the second one, it was, we're already getting these songs down.
Mhm.
We're already getting this to where, we're establishing something, and it was fun, like,
Yeah, everybody
you-
just clicked.
you never want a band to feel like a job, because you have all of the extras to think work after, which we just pile on Dakota. Just, merch, shows, everything that. But when it comes to the songwriting and the meat and bones of it, I think that we all just click really well, and that's what's made it fun, and what it has made these past 2 years fly. Like,
I know. I couldn't even
yeah.
believe once I realized it had been almost 2 years. I was like, well, 2 years playing.
Yeah, 2 years playing,
but
yeah,
longer
shows.
being
Right.
because we did 6 months of just straight practicing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
did.
COVID
Consistent,
hibernation
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
so it was like,
And I think that's where COVID did help us. Everybody, yeah, we're supposed to be locked down and whatnot, but it was like, okay, well, let's lock down and write some material. And we did. And we came out swinging, man. And I still think we're pushing hard.
yeah.
So-
Well, and
Yeah.
to be fair, I should mention also, I love doing the merch stuff, and I like being involved in all that. And like, I'm so particular anyway that I'm like, I try and keep books of like the notes of our inventory and how much we have in revenue and all that stuff. And it's just, I like doing that, honestly. So it's not a burden on me whatsoever.
Thank God, because I've done it in previous bands. It just gives me a headache.
Some people like it,
I
some
love
people don't.
Glad you
contributing
want
where
to,
I
'cause
need
you're good at
to.
it.
Yeah, because
But-
we don't.
Well, I'll tell you, like, you can sell merch. So I'll give you that. Like, you pump out merch like a freaking hooker on a corner.
You're like a Girl Scout selling Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, I got that little knack. I have
Yeah.
nothing to say.
Oh, okay.
Sharing this
See,
with you.
I was so worried that we were all going to be talking at once and nobody wants to talk. So this is already going swimmingly. But no, it's fine. I'm just joking. Yeah. So your guys' thoughts on just like the last few years and
I mean, I'm like, I haven't been in a band with this many people that's like worked this well. To have 5 people, I'm used to a 2-piece band. So like for me, it was really fun to like have a group of guys and to like have that power on stage of having multiple people, and just like it's been really fun for me to play all these shows and like to have practice where we can like jam and like have a good time writing new songs, and it just clicks. And we didn't have to go through all this member turmoil and like struggle to find people to fill in all the positions. Like, it just came together so quickly. It was like, oh, I know this guy, you know this guy. Oh, okay, we've got it.
yeah,
We got the band.
it just gelled.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love it. I love how we're all like brothers here. I mean, the caliber of you guys, the way you guys play, like, fuck, it just made it natural and easy for me. And that's nice, because I'm usually the sloppy, shitty. Well, I still am the sloppy, shitty bass player guy. But no, like, you guys make it easy, and it's like someone comes up with a riff. I could just hear a drum beat and like, oh, I got a bass line for it. Or you guys hear a bass line and you guys instantly have, shit. Like, we just gel. It's just, I don't know. It's one of the tightest bands I've been in, and I've been in shit piles of bands because I'm really old. But
Well,
no,
that's
I
good to
love
hear,
it.
though.
And I love the fact that we can all play multiple instruments and switch around and just dick off. And like, I don't think we've ever had any beef in the band. Like,
See, that's
I
my
don't think
favorite
so.
part.
like
Is like as I've not been in
pick on each other.
yeah. Well, I've not been in like several bands. I've been in like a handful,
Mm-hmm.
and there was always some kind of tension. There was always some kind of riff, some kind of issues. But it's like we can just like chill, you know. We can all just go out to the bar, or we can like go do Christmas parties and things like that, and it just flows. Like it feels right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there's no like awkwardness. So I love that. That's my favorite part.
Except for the way Justin looks at me, I feel awkward sometimes.
Well, and I think that us each kind of going through our own walk of life kind of helps the band because we're not, best friends that hang out every day, all day, so when we do finally get together, whether it's, for practice or, the occasional outing or whatever, you look forward to it.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
hang out with these guys. I want to write with these guys,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I think that works. So yeah, after this, don't call me. I never
we-
want to see you.
But yeah, we don't like
I'm kidding, but
we
but-
don't over
yeah, we're not saturated with each other so much to
Right.
where it's like, ugh.
and we work together in
Right,
even
we
but
see each
different
other.
departments, so it's like it's not like we're working side by side all day and this is like, oh god.
Right.
So it like works perfectly in that factor too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm just a windshield
definitely,
guy.
yeah. It's always something to look forward to. So that's what I dig about it.
Right. Well, and then this is still your first band.
Yeah, that's
so
what I was gonna say. Is it's like it was my very first official band to be in. Like
You're
When
so
I was-
lucky.
I could
in
never
my
tell.
teens,
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
had tried to start bands with my cousin, and it never worked out. And I'd spent years after that just practicing by myself in my bedroom, watching playing YouTube videos, backing tracks, whatever, just to lay down like leads over it. And all I could think about was like, man, this would be so much better with people. And it was weird. It was like before you hit me up, I was thinking to myself like, man, I need for this year. My goal is to be in a band. I need to be in a band and play.
that's
with people.
crazy.
And then just like 2 weeks go by, if that, I'm in Walmart doing some grocery shopping. I get this random text from you. Hey, man, you play guitar, right? You interested in being in a band? Because remember that video?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
showed me.
No, I specifically remember because people at work had mentioned that you played guitar and stuff, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, let me hear what you got." And you sent me a thing, and I was like, yeah, no, yeah, no brainer on that one." If there was any like smidgen of a concern I ever had, it was just because you hadn't been in a band, so
Right.
like I didn't know if that inexperience was going to play well or how that would play out, and it's like you said, it's. You'd never know.
Yeah.
And you guys, all three of you have
Yeah.
been in like several bands and like in bands for a long
yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Like my experience is also very slim, but so I like I like hearing what you guys say too, just because you've done this rodeo a few times. We're like,
Yeah.
this is 100% without question the best thing I've been in. As far
Oh, me too.
so
Yeah.
well,
And I say that, I don't know if lightly is the good word, because I have loved every band that I've been in that actually got to the point of playing shows. You know what I mean? But this one is definitely the most. We're actually serious about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
but we don't take ourselves too serious.
Exactly. Like, there's the balance within the band and how we handle it, if that makes any sense. To where, like I said, it sucks if your band starts feeling like a job.
Yes.
And this, far from it. So,
Yeah, we don't like overly.
other bands I've been in have started to feel like it was a job. And I think that's kind of what ultimately made them end, because we just weren't passionate about it anymore.
I can definitely agree with
You know what I
that in
mean?
some of my experiences. Yeah.
Like, and
Nope.
there'll be times if we have the time. I don't want to take up all your time, but There's times, you know, I go back and listen to them, I was like, man, those would be bangers today, you know? I was like, but
It's not the right
just
group.
didn't work out, you know, like, and but I totally feel that with this band. So
Yeah, and it's kind of unfortunate this year in the fact that like everybody's just busy, you know, like we've all got I got 2 weddings I'm in, you're going on vacation.
Yeah.
And they're all at separate like Justin's been out of town for work.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just one of those summers where I don't think we're gonna have as many shows as we want to.
yeah,
Not to mention it's not just our scheduling because that's conflicting in general, but it's lack of venues really. Like we really only have a short handful of venues that really take our kind of music.
yeah,
Original rock metal, you know, it's
Yeah.
like most places want cover bands or most places want country, things like that.
and can play all night and appease the crowd and whatnot. And I would like to add to that while we're talking about venues, is Craft Local has been a tremendous
Cheers to
supporter
Blaine and
Cheers.
Craft Local.
of Cutthroat.
Yes, shout out to
And
Craft
we
Local.
will play there as long as they'll have us. So-
We do. I don't generally like to talk about like business, even though we don't.
Spoiler alert.
We do have an option to play September 9th at Craft if everybody's available for that.
Yeah.
Let me
down.
check my schedule. Yep, I'm
Okay,
good.
because I can I can let her know. I just wanted to make sure everybody was able to. We anybody who I should announce this that anybody who may have heard that we were going to have a show June 17th. That's been pushed back to August 20th. So if anybody had heard through the grapevine we were playing a show June 17th at like
Son of a
Outside
bitch.
Craft, which sucks because
That would have been good to know.
oh I didn't tell you. Oh man,
That would have been good to know.
you were out of town.
Yeah.
Well, that just happened. It's like fairly new news.
Oh, boy.
Why have you told a lot of people?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
I have to untell them.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Well,
this might
Is there a
help.
button for that?
so
Is
yeah,
there-
I'm. This is a big announcement for everybody. So we are still playing the show. It's just August 20th, and unfortunately not downtown anymore.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
Yeah,
Is it still through Craft? Or?
no,
No.
Oh.
it's gonna be at the Harley Davidson.
I don't know where that is.
It's kind of in a
Off the
weird
South
location.
Frontage.
Oh,
Yeah.
where
Like-
Monad meets the Doohickey?
No, that's the old one.
That's
Yeah.
the
It's
old one.
It's
We're talking
I
like
predicted
almost.
it.
I think it's like by Zoo Drive, if I remember right.
Oh.
It's
The frontage
kinda out there.
road, like
I know the area. I
Yeah.
have yet to see the new Harley Davidson. I don't ever go there. You know,
Yeah,
I
well-
work from home, so I don't get
it's kind of a weird
down
location.
the roads very much. But
But I hopefully because it is an event type show, we'll get a good crowd, and
That should be cool.
We are getting paid to play, so it's not going to be that's not an issue.
cool.
It's still worth it to do it, and we'll get exposure and all that stuff. So, but yeah, so hopefully we'll get as many shows in as we can. We apologize ahead of time if we don't fulfill fans' needs for more, but it's not like we don't want to. Like we will be playing shows eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those summers. We're all busy. We all got,
Yeah.
and that's a juggling act too. Is having personal lives and 5 members. It's hard
Yeah.
enough getting everybody at practice, much less able to do shows. So, but we'll still make it work. We always do.
Congratulations from all the way down here in Texas. 100 episodes is an incredible achievement. It's so awesome. Way to go. Can't wait for 100 more.
Most memorable moments as a band to each of you, like which moments, whether that's live or concerts or even out of the our little
Wait,
side
like,
stuff we've
with
done.
all of us together, like
Yeah. As a band, like our most memorable. Which moments stick out to you? You want to go? You got one?
Sure. The first show, really, and it wasn't even like. I wouldn't even say it's like really. It's band related, but I wasn't even there.
Hang
yet.
on. Oh wait, sorry.
What?
It looked like literally. I looked and everybody was so fucking still. I thought
Oh, it
it
looked like
froze.
it froze?
I was
No.
like, oh, and even I was like,
we're practicing for
Drew
our
was
on-stage
talking.
antics.
That's really about
I
it.
wasn't. I looked at a whole.
Speaks.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was about to freak out. Go ahead. First show.
I was just gonna say we were getting ready for the first show, and it's like I have all kinds of like mixed emotions about it because it's my very first show. I've never played in front of anybody before. Blah blah blah. But unfortunately, I also had to work that Saturday, and with what am I trying to say here? Without rhyme or reason, just like it usually does. You know, you get something planned after work, and then work tries to keep you there. Something happens, like I had a salesman come in trying to quote stuff last minute, right when we're closing, and it's like the show begins at 5:30. I have to be there. So, anyways, I finish up with that. I get down there. We start playing, and I'm like super focused on my stance, and like just I kind of felt like a nerd.
That's adorable.
Like I was trying to do the whole Zach Wild thing, you know, one leg bent, one leg straight out this way. And I remember going down and talking to my dad, and he's like, "You sounded really good up there. I didn't with that stance you got going. Your ass probably doesn't sweat either because you got all this ventilation."
Spread the oozy
I'm gonna have to
cheeks.
go look at some of those videos now.
Right. It was the first show, but
I mean,
that was funny.
I never I guess I never really thought of that in the fact that like, damn, like I knew it was your first show, but I remember my first show and it was like nerve wracking as hell, and it was just like it's funny to think about because tell them what I did on our first show.
Like,
Pull the mic a little bit.
like what? Like what you had planned?
Everything.
Oh.
Remember, I went to the bathroom. I was all.
Oh yeah, you went to the bathroom and you had moosed your hair up, and I remember like back in those days for band practice, you would rehearse practice like it was a show, so you'd talk to the imaginary crowd during the show, which I loved. I thought it was great. I was like, yeah, we're really like having dress rehearsal here, and then you had a spiel where you were gonna tell everybody to meet us at Buffalo Wild Wings after the show. And I was like, maybe don't say that. Maybe like, just like, and you fought me so hard on that.
But I came around and I was like, you know what? You were right. I'm not going to, like, on stage I was like, you know, maybe he's right. And then afterwards I came up, I was like, dude, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me that because God damn it, that would have been stupid.
Oh boy.
But it's like the things you think about in your first show, like how am I
Yeah.
going to stand? What am I going to
Yeah, all
wear?
those little
You're not
details.
alone
How am I
there,
gonna moose
though.
my
Make you look like a
hair?
goof.
Because I was the front man for a couple bands, you know, with guitar, and during practices, like, we would, the practice before the show, we would play it as if it was the show, and do the whole time thing, you know, how long was this song, and we did the actual talking between the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I love that.
to get a
though.
really good idea, you know, and then I'd bounce off my band members like, hey man, I was trying to be the funny guy. I was like, is this joke funny? And I like throw a joke out there. I'm like, dude, you're stupid. Don't say that. And I'm like, no, I think it's funny. You know? and it was hit or miss, you know, because I've got pretty dry humor. So I tested out. Some worked, some didn't, and if they didn't, it just didn't happen.
Yeah,
You move
just
on. But I know exactly where you're coming from
yeah.
on prepping for the.
The in between stuff and just all the
Yeah.
overthinking is what you call that. What about Aaron? Memorable? No, don't do that. Memorable moment from the band, or like I said, anything.
Well, it's my favorite thing is when we're playing and other bands, and I do love the love that all the other bands have for each other here in Billings. It's like in Tahoe, Reno, those guys, they're cutthroat. They're assholes. They catch on to what you're doing and they rip you off, whatever. They're like, oh, that guy's playing that song, I'm going to do that. So I like the brotherhood that we have with the other bands, like Mopsquito, love you guys. Pressure Not, one second ago.
1 second ago, yeah.
You know, those guys. But I love when they come up to us and they're like, shit, every time we play with you guys, all I see is a sea of C's. You know, they see the Cutthroat merchandise, and I think that was really, really brilliant on our part. Like, I like it, and it's quality merch. So, for me, the cool thing is seeing all the fans and shit out there, and other bands supporting us. So, that's where I'm at with that.
By the way, you can pick up your Cutthroat merch just contact any of the members and we'll get you your
plug.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be at a show. We can
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it
exactly.
to you anytime.
Anywhere.
Meet the bass player at the Crystal Lounge or at Planet Lockwood.
Oh yeah.
Get your...
I forgot. I completely missed that point. Aaron's got a new job that I think we all love.
Who wants to be a bass player / DJ at a strip joint. This guy. Everybody else in the world.
I smell trouble.
It's just glitter.
I smell fish.
That's not her real name.
Yeah.
Memorable moment?
Memorable moment. Gosh. Like every show is a memorable moment.
Remember when I farted at practice and you had to light the incense?
That happens a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
hey, that guy does it too.
I almost
I'm
want
worse.
to install an industrial style cooking hood downstairs above your fucking base shit. And then you can
I
just
have a
stand
wireless
there.
unit so I can just
And
walk
it
away.
sucks it all out of the house.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Speaking of
No, I'm not
epic
kidding.
fart stories, freaking Drew almost got fired over a fart.
That was a while ago, but yeah.
And I almost drove the whole crystal out the other night.
Yeah, and everyone
This was like-
blamed me. They instantly
Because
blamed me.
they know he's the farter, so I was just like, he walked back right when I ripped that, and it was terrible. Even I was like, this. Rosie ran out gagging. Even Chris was like, they were spraying Lysol. Whole table got up and
Sarah
left.
sprayed Lysol on my butt, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I didn't
Oh
even
my
smell
God.
it.
And none of them knew it was
me.
me until later.
And Dakota looks at me. It was me.
Yeah,
Fucking pig.
I waited like 10 minutes, and then I lean into Aaron and I go, "It was me."
It's only funny when I fart, but that was pretty funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But yeah, no, I mean, memorable experience. I mean, obviously the first show is a memorable experience.
Mm-hmm.
We got extremely lucky in being able to play with fake news, but they had that
That outdoor
porta
trailer.
stage, the trailer with that banging sound system.
Yeah.
And the drum sound. I mean, if you're gonna mic my drums, I'm gonna get a little picky, because otherwise, if you just do the bass drum or whatever, or nothing, I don't care. But it sounded phenomenal for our first show. Come out banging. I will never forget that first show.
That was a good show.
It just had good vibes.
It really was.
to the
And there's
back
plenty
from
of other
Chris
shows we
or
played
whatever,
with great
good sound.
sound aside from that. But yeah, Chris was his name. He's done for our sound more than once, and it's always just been spot on.
He'll be doing the August
Dude, when we
show.
played
that's
at Andy's
awesome.
and he helped us out, it was perfect.
At Andy's,
Yep.
that made that show so much
Yeah.
better.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really did. And the lights, and so yeah, but
He's
I
a
mean,
really cool guy too.
memorable for this band would definitely be the first one, because it was almost too good to be true. It was such a freaking awesome show.
And it just
And then
felt
all my
good.
friends were there, and all these people who I didn't even know, who they were. Like, that parking lot was packed. So
Cutthroat.
it was freaking awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, just to reiterate, I guess what I really have liked is the shows, but specifically like seeing so many people come up to the front of the stage and like be partying, and that's, even for someone like me who's played in a lot of bands and played a lot of shows, that's really cool. Like, you don't
That's what
see
it's
that
about.
all the time.
You don't, yeah.
And like seeing people actually show up to our shows wearing our merch,
Oh, yeah.
and like, or I'm driving through traffic and someone passes me and their car has Cutthroat stickers on it, and I'm like, what? That's cool. But definitely seeing a lot of people up in front or asking for another song, and like, that's really cool. I think there's some other funny things, like what I found in your bathroom that one time.
I don't have a bathroom.
You're in your trough, where we
in my
pee.
trough.
No, you're in your bathroom. There was a sex doll
It was not mine.
flopped over the shower.
I was
my
framed.
my first reaction was to come out and be like, "There's a sex doll in the bathroom," right?
And you didn't. It was him.
No, it was you. Yeah, you're right. Because I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is Lucas's sex doll, and I'm outing him," and oh no, and then they're like, is there a sex doll? And I was like, or whose sex doll is that? Whose sex doll? I'm like, oh, it's mine.
You said.
Yeah, I was like, it's mine. I'll take the fall for Lucas. I will take the fall.
You were trying to be a team player.
I was trying to be a gentleman and be like, we outed Lucas. He's embarrassed. He's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm like, oh no, he feels bad.
You were genuinely confused.
I didn't know what you
He's
were talking
playing-
about.
I'm like,
and I
he's
was like,
playing
well,
it
maybe
off.
it was my previous roommates. I just kicked him out. I was like, this is not happening. I don't know.
Lucas was like,
where this
don't
came
touch
from.
it. Don't touch it.
But then the truth came to light.
Whose was it?
Yeah, whose was it?
So the history of the sex doll hanging on your shower.
God.
Go on.
So
She has a rough history.
so I've been single for a while. Weird, I don't get it. It was not my sex doll, but
Adam and Eve had a discount.
I mean, I was in the bathroom for a while with it, so.
you're the one that popped it, fucker.
I tested it out.
No, so I got this friend, and he's got a little kid, and for some reason, they go to the bar that I go to up in the Heights, and the little kid's like, Aaron looks lonely. He needs a girlfriend. And he walks over with his blow-up fucking inflated sex doll, and they hide it in my car. Freaked me out, because I'm, staggering home, looking back at my car. I was like, what the fuck? And, yeah, it was a sex doll, and apparently that was my new
Scared you?
girlfriend, according to this little 5-year-old kid, and it was his idea. Good on him. That was brilliant.
And you thought, I'll bring this to band practice and
I was
store
like,
it here.
oh, yep. I was like, I can do some pranks with this after I have fun, of course. I mean, yeah. No.
Yeah, that would. See, I like that stuff too. Just the little funny moments like that.
Well,
I mean,
I don't know. Pranks make the world go around. Like they're hilarious. I hate when they happen to me, but I deserve it. I've got some prank karma coming.
for me, I mean, so I'll get, because just from you guys talking, it's already like sparked a bunch of different things in my head. So I'll mention a few short ones. First of all, I think the show that sticks out to me, it was one of our craft local shows. It was the first one where they had a stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what it was, but it, like, I don't like to use the word magic.
So it was the last one?
No. It was
At the old
It was at the old
Oh,
one.
okay. Yeah.
And there was just something about that night, like, everything clicked. Like, it just felt so on. And that was the one where we got people chanting, and it just, the crowd was so receptive. It worked so well.
Is
so
that when Drew did Star Spangled Banner and everyone just stood up?
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
just
I
like,
think that might have been one of
gave
those.
me
A couple
goosebumps.
times.
That was
We've done
the
tw-
September 11th show,
That's what
wasn't
it was.
Yeah, 9/11 show.
Well,
that's right.
that specific moment was very cool.
That
I
was
guess I have to
tight,
go
yeah.
back to that, like, for favorite memories, like that, when Drew busted that out, and everyone, except one little
man.
bitch, sleazy little cunt, she's like, I'm not supporting America, but everyone else just stood up and did Star Spangled Banner with this guy.
Get the
like,
bleep button ready for this
so
guy.
good. Oh, yeah, bleep.
Oh, we can cuss. Anyway, so another one I'll say, I love our Christmas parties and just like those moments of getting to hang out and do stuff like that. Like those are always just fun times.
Yeah.
Christmas, passing presents around and things like that. And it's I feel like for some reason, everything we've done in this band has just been
A joke.
perfect. Like,
Oh, that too.
accidentally perfect. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not designed this way. Like the merch, we were just like, let's just start with some shirts. And then it was like, and now we got a whole line of merch, and haven't
Hey, if the band doesn't make it, Cutthroat Clothing Company.
right, but
Right.
we haven't even like it started with the logo.
But no,
you know,
don't say that.
yeah, just the design of the logo, and everything, the timing of it all has just seemed to make so much sense and like felt natural. Like that's really, honestly, if I had to like encompass it into anything, that's my favorite part. It's just how perfect everything has happened. You know what I mean? Like it seems weird for me to even say this, but it's like even this, just like the 100th episode, after we've been together this long, it works perfectly for us to like sit here and talk and have all these like conversations, these memories and stuff like that. We're like tight together now. We've gotten to know each other so well and stuff. It's like everything has just worked so perfectly, and that's my favorite part, is the fact that songwriting, merch, every little aspect of it. You know, it just seems to work out, and that's what I like.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and definitely like the energy of writing these songs. Like now that we know each other better and we know like a better formula, it's like I'm so excited when like an idea is flowing and we're bouncing off each other and like you're plugging your part in, you're thinking of lyrics. Like,
Well,
I love that. And then it's just like, wow, this felt so good, and like, oh, now this is like a crowd favorite or something like that.
And you know what everybody's like strong suit is. You know where everyone plays well to. You can kind of like mold a song based on like, I know how he can play this better, or like,
Right.
I know like we've gotten to know each other's like style, and
Or yeah, he shows up drunk halfway through and lays down just a killer bass line. And I'm like, I don't know how you did that or what you did, but just keep doing it. Yeah,
and then forgets it the next day.
Oh,
but that's
every day.
okay. But you know another memory I was thinking of that I really loved? The Halloween show.
Oh,
I
dude.
loved
That
that
was
show.
I was thinking about that, man.
That was
Hemlock,
just
dude.
like-
Hemlock's
Yeah.
the shit.
That was,
We played
Halloween. I had a
It
brain
took me a
fart.
second.
The Wild
too.
West,
Don't
right?
feel
The
bad.
I
America
remember.
Bar?
Yeah.
But just the feeling of it and like the atmosphere, and we were all dressed in
With
costumes,
hemlock
and
and-
you had your hecking old man mask, and you were
Sweating
like
to death
dying
over
of
it.
sweat,
Yeah.
and we're like, he doesn't.
And I had
We
the
can't even
wiener flopping
communicate
in the
with him.
wind.
No.
We're just hoping he knows
Like-
when to go.
Just go.
Just go, man.
When
We-
I
we
had
were just
people
hoping you
tell me
wouldn't
after
die.
the show, they're like, "I'm surprised you kept that on the whole show," and I was like, "Well, I couldn't take it off once I put it on.
I didn't know how you could see.
Right.
I couldn't. My
His
glasses
glasses
fell off.
fogged up, dude, and then they fell
They
off.
fell off, and I put them up on the speaker, and I was like, "Well, this isn't gonna work." And then breathing was just I found a pattern between slowly through my mouth and like through the nose holes because there's no mouth hole, and because every time I'd like try to breathe too fast into my mouth, it would just suck the mask onto my face,
God
and I
damn.
couldn't breathe. And I was like, well, you know what? If I die doing what I love,
Just we're in the middle of a song and like the drums just stop. We look over. You're just like hunched
Fucking
over, like
croaks.
but I know now if I ever do wear a mask at a Halloween show, there will be a slit in the mouth so I can get a straw for water, whatever.
Yeah.
I needed a drink of anything by the time we were done.
What did you have the like skeleton with the penis on it?
I
did.
The Halloweeny.
The bouncing boner.
Yeah, there's actually video of that, and I'm swinging it back and forth, and it's ridiculous. I gotta.
Yeah, that really
I'll
hurt.
send that to the page. It's
that,
really bad.
that was a really fun show.
It was. It took me. I was a vampire. And
Oh yeah, I
it
wondered
took
what
me
you were.
forever to put the fangs in and get them to actually stay. I bet I spent almost an hour trying to get those things to work.
Dude, I could not have been more happy with the blood. Like the original idea I had to do the blood was so stupid. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Weren't you gonna eat it?
I was gonna put it in my mouth and let it run down my face.
Oh, yeah, that's
where
right.
it was gonna be halfway slobber and halfway, and then I was gonna have to sing, and it was like thick. But I'm smart. I'm smart enough to practice. Preparation.
Garden's
Yep.
a lot of semen.
I practiced it before, and I was like, dude, this sucks. Like, it's just like sticking in my beard and like spit. It's all mixed with spit, and like then I had to like hurry up and it was like basically syrup. So I had to like wash my mouth out real quick and then start singing again. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pour it on my head. Some of those pictures, I'm like, that looks fucking cool, and I almost wanted to do it more often, but it's a lot of it's messy
Yeah.
and a
I
lot
had
of
that
work.
hecking hairspray, and it was getting in my mouth the whole time, and it just tasted like poison. And I'm like,
Yeah, what-
I'm
were
like
you,
licking my like shirt and like spitting and like.
Weren't you like Harvey Dent or something?
Yeah, I was Harvey Dent in honor of our song Harvey Dent.
I still think it would be great for us to do Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
I'm down.
Whoa, how
got dibs
has
on
this not
Donatello.
been presented to me before?
We have.
You get to
Wait,
be Master
someone-
Splinter.
Yeah.
We
Who's
have.
gonna be
You
Shredder
have?
or
No,
Master
no.
Splinter?
Cut that part out.
That's Splinter.
I don't
I
remember
got dibs
that.
on Donatello.
Are you Splinter? Shredder.
No, I don't remember. Oh wait,
Do you remember us talking about this?
I do.
Wait,
Okay,
I have
more
I
than
have a
once.
clarification question.
Yeah.
Are you saying dressing up as Ninja Turtles for Halloween or playing the Ninja Turtles theme song?
Both.
Both. That actually would be great to do that.
Where the fuck have I been?
We got to do the vanilla.
I
Ice
don't
version,
remember
though.
that.
Dressing up as for Halloween.
Go ninja.
That would be
No.
freaking awesome, though.
Hear me out. Here's my idea as far as the
dear
turtles
Lord.
go. I think it would be cool to do just like kind of like a Kevlar type vest in place of the shell, and then just do like a bandana with like the wrist bandanas and the head bandana rather than it on the eyes, because that would suck playing a show
An
with.
actual
I'm
katana and
Michelangelo.
an actual.
You're Splinter.
Oh, I'm
staff.
Splinter. I get that honor.
Yeah, you wear a kimono.
All right. I guess I was looking
And a-
forward to being
and
a
like
turtle.
the
Anyone's gonna be
mask.
Shredder. It should be him.
'Cause you know
he
how to
should be
breathe.
Shredder because he's shredding on the.
Or
Oh, you're
or
Shredder too.
that's not a bad idea
he's a
either.
Shredder.
You could be a turtle and he could be Shredder.
Right. Oh,
Can I be
Shredder.
April O'Neil?
Yeah, dang.
That'd be a lot. That'd be heavy.
That
though.
would
It
be
would be
pretty
heavy, but I could
freaking
probably
sweet.
pull it off.
So
No, I don't think it'd throw him off. Like I think
I could
they'd
pull
get
it
the.
off.
Oh,
Shit's getting weird in here.
I don't
is.
know.
What the fuck?
So future Halloween costume idea.
Hey Dakota, just wanted to congratulate you on your 100th episode. Yeah, it's been fun. Great listening to it. Hopefully I'll get to be on it a couple more times. Yeah, hopefully here's to 1,000 more.
The old Hunsky. You did it. A lot of dedication to that. A lot of episodes. Good for you, pal. Let's see what Amara has to say. What do you think? No? Not gonna say anything about it? No, alright.
Well, I thought since we were all here together and we probably have a decent amount of fans watching, this was a opportune time to get to know the band a little better on a personal level. So I've written up a few questions for you guys, and we'll just kind of go one by one and just give me like a brief. You can go into detail or whatever, but we don't got to get too winded on it because I got a few questions. So let's go ahead and start with this one. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? Now, it could be paranormal or it could be like extraterrestrial, like any kind of like thing like that. So, who would like to start?
I'll take this one, unless you want it.
No, you go. You go.
So the ex-wife and I bought a house.
You were married?
Yeah. Poor dumb bitch. But yeah, so we buy this house, and it's after we closed out all that. My neighbors come up, oh, so you know the lady died in there, right? I'm like, the fuck? Like, no. And then the other neighbors come up, oh yeah, old Norma Jean Callahan, she passed away in the hallway. I'm like, oh, cool. Didn't see a ghost or nothing, never had any problems until I found out the wife was cheating, so I gave her the boot and started moving roommates in, fellow musicians and whatnot. Son of a bitch, dude, we'd see this little old lady just all the time. Shit was moved around. People would be like, oh, I thought you were home. And I'm like, what? No, I just got here. Well, who the fuck just went in your room? I'm like, Norma. And I remember sitting out, like, sitting in the garage, having a cigarette, playing my guitar or whatever. Man, this thing's in my fucking face.
No, it needs to be.
And,
you can drop it down a little bit.
But I remember sitting there on the couch, and I remember looking over because I heard the door open, from the kitchen to the garage. And I saw this little head peek out, and then the door just slammed really loud. And I was like, huh, that's weird. I get up, and my roommate Brock, he's shredding guitar player guy. He's just all super baked, sitting there playing video games. I'm like, did you just go to the garage? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, is Danny home? My other roommate, amazing singer / harmonica guy. No, Danny's not here. And I'm like, well, who the fuck just peeked in my garage and looked like, no, the stories go on. I mean, Norma fucked with us. Nothing harmful, nothing scary, just, you knew when she was there, and like you'd see her out of the corner of your eye, and like you'd see like weird shadow people and shit. And I don't know. I've been very in touch with the spirit world, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I've had many experiences, and I could go on like we could do a whole episode on that.
Yeah,
guaranteed. Like I've fucking been, but that was the most prominent one that everyone else like they saw her too. It wasn't just me.
Yeah.
I'm not going cuckoo. Like, yeah. But yeah, as far as alien shit goes, I've seen some weird shit in the skies living down in Nevada. But,
Oh, I bet.
but, yeah,
Roswell. No, that's New Mexico. My bad.
Still the desert.
still
Yeah.
some weird shit.
What about
Well, I've never really believed in, ghosts or, aliens. I think are a little different. I think that the universe is too vast to not discount them. But one specific story that comes to mind is my friend, somebody's cousin, Andrew's cousin. He used to live in this trailer down on the south side.
Mm-hmm.
And this was when I very first met him. We're in high school, and he was telling me that his trailer was haunted. And didn't, I grew up very strong Lutheran, there's no ghost but God,
the Holy Ghost?
Yeah, so it really never
Lutherans.
bothered me, him saying that, because I was just like, well, whatever, And he's like, yeah, during the middle of the night, you think my grandma's cooking because it'll smell like cinnamon or whatever, but there's nobody in the kitchen. I'm like, I'm like, okay. So then I was sleeping over there one night, and sounds weird, but mind you, we were like just little high school kids. We were sleeping in the same bed, like just friend. There was nothing there.
Lucas, you're
And
Lutheran.
so that's the basis of the story. Like, you have to know that detail because of what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So I'm sleeping, and my back is to my friend, and
Oh no.
Little spoon.
someone is like just shoving me, and
Your friend.
I was like, dude, stop it, and because it woke me up, and then I woke up, finally woke up, and just telling him to stop shoving me, like, this is stupid, why would you do that,
Right.
And he gets up all groggy. What are you talking about, man? And I was like, you were not just doing that. Okay. And then as I slept over there a couple more times, that instance didn't happen again. But you would hear the footsteps in the hall. I never smelt the cinnamon. Apparently that was a common occurrence for them. It never happened while I was there. But I would hear the footsteps, and there'd be nobody out there. And one time that it didn't happen to me, but I just want to get this out into the open. It freaked me out because I was sleeping there, and his little brother had gone into there was a back. Like, when you walk in, there's a living room, and then the master bedroom to the right, and their own ensuite bathroom, for trailer, if you want to call that an ensuite.
Right.
And then, of course, you walk back through the kitchen, there's a dining room, and then the two rooms that we stayed in and a bathroom back there. Well, for some reason, his little brother was going to take a shower in his grandma's ensuite, the bathroom in the front, and came out freaking out. And what's wrong? And apparently he had turned around while showering, your most vulnerable moment. And there was a decrepit old looking man ghost in there with him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And just couldn't, obviously his mind was
A little stunned.
exactly, yeah, however you want to say that. So I had no reason not to believe him because of what I'd heard and the time that that night that I was being shoved, and it was not my friend. Like, it was obvious, like, like someone playing a prank on you, when they're fake sleeping, and like, oh, no, man, it wasn't me. No. He woke up from a dead sleep.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez. And didn't know what was going on, was questioning what was going
There's
on.
one on my stove.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Why did that just happen to me?
Right? But yeah, he didn't know what was going on. He was
It was the
questioning what was
old
going on.
man.
So I was like, there's no way.
It's dripping down to my balls.
There's no way it could have been him. So,
Thank you.
paranormal, I mean, as far as that goes, that's really the bulk of it. Other than that, I've not, I haven't really experienced anything, and I think that it's just because I don't even know. I guess that's an interesting topic. That if someone, besides outside of my friend, because I'm so used to hearing the stories, what kind of, I don't even know where I'm going with that. I think that I have too closed off of a mindset towards there being the paranormal to where I think that it would ever happen.
Yeah, I feel
Like,
I've tried that approach. It
granted
doesn't
that
work, man.
instance has happened, but it didn't phase my. It's just like a concrete wall. Like, that's not,
right.
I hear a noise in my house and I'm like, old house, it creaks. That's it. I just tell myself that and I'm fine with it,
So do these noises in your house just happen all the time?
No.
I'm just kidding.
No. And I know definitely that my house now isn't haunted, but
I don't know. I've experienced some pretty weird stuff in there. Just kidding.
right? Like that
Only when
ghost
I'm around.
blow up doll.
No, that was very real.
Oh, that was real. Yeah. Okay,
did
so my
happen.
house is haunted by blow up dolls, but apparently that's about it.
All right. Either of you? Paranormal experiences at all?
I can't say I've had very many of it. I have had strange occurrences happen, and I was in the same house more than once that Lucas was just talking about, and heard about the same stuff occurring there, footsteps and cinnamon rolls, and what always blew my mind is it never happened to me as often as I was in that house. I was there a lot, hanging out with my cousin. We used to go skateboard everywhere. Burger King was just right up the road, so Subway, McDonald's. We were like pre-teens. You just skate right up, get your burger, blah blah blah. I didn't spend the night, but I never had anything in there. And then, like, on the same basis, I did hear about. You said you were, you're being shoved and you were woke up. Well, my cousin, he's got a story too that always shook me a little bit. As he woke up, and I always heard about him seeing figures or ghosts. Well, this time,
same house.
same house. He woke up, and this time it was a black figure. It wasn't like, it was like the outline of a person. There was no like.
Wait.
legitimate
Let's not get too
details.
racist here.
Oh, shit.
Like a shadow
People
man.
are real.
It was
Shadow
shadow.
people are
Somebody
real.
was
Not a black
breaking
man.
in.
But no, it was just like the outline of a person. He was asleep and he woke up, and there was somebody right there looking at him. And his bed was like it was a futon, is what it was. It was a couch during the day, and then he'd lay it out to be a bed at night. Anyways, they all got those metal bars and whatnot. And then he opens up his eyes and he sees this thing looking at him, and he can't look away. And the next thing you know, this thing shoves his head right into the bar.
Jeez.
It was brutal.
That
but-
sounds kind of like a
I
sleep
feel like we should
paralysis.
Yeah.
record there.
It does sound like a sleep paralysis, but
I get
Not
really
just to
bad.
butt in for a second
Yeah, go ahead.
because we're on that same house.
Yeah,
A interesting fact as well is after they moved out of that house, there have been at least one, if not multiple, people that have lived there after that have committed suicide
really,
No.
in
that house?
in
Same
the
house.
trailer.
damn.
Because
I bet it's even worse now with that.
We
kid.
need to record
apparently
an album there,
because
dude. Brutal
of-
as fuck.
the
Call it
haunting.
cinnamon
Yeah.
haunting.
I don't know if that trailer
House.
still stands, honestly, and he
don't
lives
know.
right by it. Like,
Yeah.
Where is this on the
Totally.
south side?
right
Kinda-
across from Burger King.
Yeah.
That trailer
Burger King.
court
Yeah.
Oh,
on the south
okay.
side.
By the holiday.
You walk across the
Oh,
street.
the
you're
one with the
there.
big play place. I
Yeah.
love that play place.
I like play places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
sure.
want to play in a play place.
You want to go, or do you want me to go?
I can go.
Okay, go ahead.
So, just you reminded me. have gotten pretty bad sleep paralysis before. I don't know about you guys.
I've had it before.
With sleep paralysis.
What the fuck is sleep?
It's okay. But yeah, sleep paralysis is not fun, but it's only ever been in like certain locations, and it seems like that's it. But
So,
what?
sorry, you know what's interesting about sleep paralysis? A lot of people associate sleep paralysis with abductions, as in like people assume that that's people being abducted by aliens, because
That's why he's in the anal.
typically in a sleep paralysis you see a dark gray figure standing over you. You can't move. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so they associate it with gray aliens. But even more crazy is rather than aliens, they think they're demons, because so often there's several occasions where if you've done prayer over that space, then it goes away. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had sleep paralysis one time. That would be my like paranormal story I would tell. And I've told it on here before. But I immediately, because Grandma was super religious, I immediately went to the living room and said a Hail Mary.
Really?
Never has happened ever again since. So they think sleep paralysis is actually demons visiting you. And if you bless the house, or if you bless the area, or say a prayer over yourself, you don't have them anymore. And it happens a lot.
Because I've heard a lot of like alien abduction stories, and they say if people like ask help for Jesus or something, it fixes it. Or like people that do like satanic seances, and then UFOs will come, and that like people who say they can communicate with aliens, like they really don't like
religious
Jesus.
stuff.
They really don't like. They talk about they don't like that.
Yeah.
So I do see the correlation between like maybe aliens or like demons.
It's interesting.
And I've like watched things on it, but like I haven't seen anything with my sleep paralysis. So it was when I lived at my place in the Heights in the basement, which I've heard some kind of weird stories about like who lived there before me, and I didn't necessarily get weird feelings there, but it's like, I don't know about you, but you get the feeling of like you're kind of half awake, you're kind of half dreaming, and you can't move.
Yep.
And
I know exactly.
and it's like for me,
That's sleep paralysis. Yeah.
even at like my parents' house when I've had to stay there, like to watch the house or something, like over Christmas, I got it there where it was like screaming in my ears was happening, and then like this big feeling of something like pushing on me and like pushing on my back, and like and if I say like, I don't know, please help me, to myself, and then it stops. But it's just, and it's creepy, and it'll like happen multiple times in the same night.
Dang.
Yeah.
I've had it happen multiple
That's
times. And
scary.
I've seen dead loved ones in that state that you're talking about. Like you're not awake, but you're not asleep.
Right.
Like I've
You're
seen
kind of in
my
between
little
the
brother,
nether. Are you
I've seen
yeah.
several friends. I'm just like, hey,
Are you dreaming,
I
or
want
are
to go with
you?
you, and they're like, no, not yet.
Kind of
And then
crossing
all of a
between
sudden,
planes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
weird.
But I don't have any paranormal stories, but I do have UFO stories.
Give us a quick one.
I'll give you a quick one. I guess it's just, I probably was, 10, 11, 12 out, like playing basketball in my front yard. And they're both kind of the same story. It's just on different days. But, I would see silver discs in the sky, like very stereotypical UFOs. And there was like a dozen of them flying in like a really weird pattern. And I wasn't like thinking about UFOs or anything, but I just saw that and was like, got the chills. I'm like, that's weird. I'm going to go grab my camera. And I like ran inside, came back, they were gone.
Weird.
The other one was like another very stereotypical UFO. And it was like closer to the ground. And it was like, had a bunch of like doohickeys on it and like lights and buttons. And it was like warbling kind of in an interesting motion. And like me and my buddy just chased it on our bikes. It's kind of weird. Like there's no reason, like how could it be flying at the altitude it's flying and look the way it does?
Yeah.
I didn't put much thought into it until I was older, but I was like, that's kind of weird.
Shit balls. Saw it.
Damn. All right, let's do a quick one.
'Kay.
So, an irrational fear that you might have. Now, I'm not talking about like fear of. I guess you could say fear of heights, but that's kind of a common one. Or like arachnophobia is a very common one. Fear of death.
Right.
I'm talking about irrational fear, like something
Oh,
that is
yeah.
like weird, like is an uncommon fear.
I totally got one. For
Okay,
you.
okay, you
And
go ahead.
it's mainly because I saw Jaws when I was way too young. I should not have saw Jaws at that age. But I still, to this day, if I go into the deep end of the pool, I'm afraid there's going to be a shark.
I mean,
I know there's not going to be one.
Jaws fucked a lot of people up.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
In the same vein of animals, I am weirdly afraid of moths.
Oh gosh.
Oh, weird.
And that is apparently...
God, so is Big Nick from.
Yeah,
dude, you
it's
guys are
apparently a
fucking
fairly
weird.
common thing. And it's like
a
they're
disease.
nice.
You guys
They
need help.
bother me, but I'm
butterflies
not
and moths,
scared
and
of
it's
them.
the flapping. It's the erratic flapping.
Oh, you're
butterflies
you're
are
not a big
graceful.
flapper.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while I would use arachnophobia, it's super common, and it's getting better over the years. Like I've to brush on it briefly, I've lost sleep over seeing a spider.
Knowing it's in
I've
the house.
been late to work for seeing a spider. But I guess a really odd. I don't know if it's a fear or just something that comes into my mind to kick me in the balls. But it's true. Because I saw the spider and I couldn't find it. And I called my boss and told her
Here's the deal.
I wasn't coming in until I fucking found it.
That's dedication.
And I did find it.
I was like that too. Remember that time we were filming Harry Potter?
Yeah, dude.
But
freaking...
I don't even know what the phobia is called. Maybe there's no name for this phobia. But every time I walk up a flight of stairs, and I shouldn't be telling you guys this shit. Every time I walk up a flight of stairs, especially like non-carpeted, hard, like concrete or something like that, I envision myself falling and basically curb stomping myself onto the stair
Oh,
and
forward.
losing my teeth.
Falling
Oh
forward.
no! That actually, I just got a visual.
And-
That's
Yeah,
terrible.
possible.
And
That's pretty fucking brutal.
and I'm like, oh, wouldn't that suck if I slipped and just fucking...
Interesting.
And I am just very careful on stairs. So
Take it slow.
now you know that.
Well,
Wow.
what about old Aaron?
What are we talking about?
Irrational fears.
My irrational fear is to make it, to be famous, and have access to everything I ever wanted. Yeah, whether it be sex, drugs, rock and roll.
And then hate it or what?
Yeah, to hate what I love and to blow it, like, be that idiot, like, oh, I just overdosed. I'm rock and roll. Yeah,
Oh,
I wouldn't
got
do
you.
that.
I got you.
Well, and I don't do overdose type of drugs, but that's
That's debatable.
like, I'm not scared of spiders and snakes.
You're
Yeah.
scared of trouser snakes.
I'm scared of yeah, those things. Yeah, keep those vipers in your pants, boys. Yeah, no, I'm just really afraid of like making it or whatever, just being a huge success and then crashing and just being a huge failure. So I'm so used to like getting so close to so much shit in my life, and then like, hi, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, cool. So I'm like, cool. I'm cool. It's just staying at that level of piece of shit right now. Anyways,
All right.
All right.
How about old
Okay.
Jay?
I think, I've actually, feel like I've done better with this irrational fear.
I feel like I know.
You know what it is?
I think.
My fear of throwing up.
Yep.
Or, especially throwing up in public.
oh, it's the best.
Yeah,
I highly recommend it.
but it's
I've-
irrational because I
I've-
take it to, I will do anything to not, and if I start feeling, I'm kind of feeling sick, I get nervous, and I'm like, how can I get out of here and make this not happen? But,
You're a panicky little guy.
well, you help me. You calm me down. But, after flying this last time, a few days ago, and, the turbulence, and it's like, I know I'm not going to get sick, but it's just the idea of, I'm packed in this plane, And like, what if I do have to throw up and like
Barf bags.
I'm
They
around
have
everybody
barf
and then I
bags. Yeah,
gotta
that's the
be
thing.
like, oh, sorry, I threw up next to you and all that stuff and like, oh, my pants are ruined and how am I gonna live this down? And you know,
Oh no, it's on my TikTok now. Oh no. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You know,
Someone's gonna be like, Snapchat.
someone's gonna TikTok me.
Just selfie of me throwing up. Just
Yeah.
yeah, no, that
No.
I don't like
Can't
throwing
do
up
it.
either.
Yep.
Okay, let's see.
Dude, barfing's fun.
Let's go with
Come on.
a funny or embarrassing moment from your childhood or from school or childhood. School or childhood, either one. A funny or embarrassing moment.
Ooh, I got a good one.
Go ahead. Start us off.
So apparently I have this reputation for farting.
Ah,
Well,
who'd have thought?
Apparently.
yeah,
Who'd have
I
thought?
had no idea. So, this motherfucker, one of my great friends, whatever. So, the way the gym class was in high school, at Helena High School, they had everyone fucking, all 4 classes, just, we're sitting there, and, you know, the goddamn crazy teachers, they're explaining some bullshit, whatever. I don't know if you've ever farted on a hardwood floor or not. But this time, I did not. Because my buddy Sean, that son of a bitch, and he should be a fucking actor. He should have won a Grammy. Fucking just rips the loudest fucking fart sitting right next to me. He's like, scoots over. I'm laughing, crying, turning red. I think it's hilarious. It was so loud, it just echoed so loud. And everyone just looks right at me because I have a reputation for farting. So I was like, son of a bitch.
But you couldn't even take credit for it.
Yeah, and I couldn't take credit for it, and I'll never forget that goddamn teacher. Young man, do you need to go to the bathroom? I'm like, no, this guy does. And he's just sitting there like,
Oops, sorry.
just all calm and chipper, like, you son of a bitch. Yeah, so that was pretty embarrassing. Everyone just looking at me. I'm like, dude, that wasn't even my fart, man. I would have been proud.
Yeah.
I would have lit that fucker on fire. I'm like, show you, teacher.
You got one?
No.
I got
That's
a pretty
kinda weird.
embarrassing one.
It's like makes me feel like I'm so out of touch of
Oh, do it.
where I grew up.
Tell us.
I can't think of anything specific right
Yep.
now. I might
No,
have to
I
let
can
you
think
You
of
have
something
to now.
very
We know.
specific
We're-
right now.
Go ahead. Do
For
it.
me.
Yep. Do it up.
Ultra embarrassing. Not only was I very self-conscious in high school, I also smoked a lot of pot and still got drunk. So my band buddy had this like raspberry Smirnoff vodka, and band was the first thing in the morning, mind you. So we had our big bottles of Dr. Pepper that we'd poured X amount out of, like quarter or maybe a little more out of, and filled it with vodka. And neither of us had a part in anything that was going on. So it was like, we're not doing anything. Let's just drink, you know? And so that's how my morning started. And I felt really good up until lunchtime. And then what do you do on lunchtime in high school? You ride around in your buddy's car and you get stoned. So I did that. And after lunch, I hated my English teacher. She was like in the movies, those teachers in the private schools that will smack you with a ruler, although this was West High and public school. She couldn't do that. But she had that persona and that look. And I hated her. She was mean. And she didn't like me. So I get back to class after lunch. And I'm stoned and buzzed, drunk, whatever. And little old me, sitting in the back of class, falls asleep. And I can't remember if it was the teacher or somebody, but somebody, startled me, woke me up, you know? And I woke up and I snorted real loud, like a half snore, and farted at the same time.
Oh, damn.
And the jock piece of shit that fucking hopefully lives in a trailer, not winning at life. Oh, no, not you. I mean the preppy piece of shit that fucking all the girls swoon over, that you never have a chance with.
Yeah.
He's like, ha, 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 ha. And,
whoever you are, fuck
I
you.
was embarrassed as shit. And then she's like, the counselor wants to see you.
Are you kidding?
And, apparently she had been on the phone with the counselor because I never did any work in her class because she was such a bitch. And
not because you were drunk, right?
she was well, it was half and half. Half I hated her, half I was too drunk and high to give a shit. And they were talking about moving me to a different class, and I said, well, she was just talking about the essay and it had to be so many pages. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. And he's like, have you thought about the Career Center? I was like, no, what's that? And basically he described my dream come true.
Career Center was awesome.
And I went to the Career Center and my essay had to be no more than 2 pages long. And research cards were optional. She did not give a fuck. And I don't even remember what I wrote the essay on, but I got an A, and I passed it with flying colors, and then I was actually interested in the stories we were reading. It was like, hey, you guys aren't going to use any... Basically, Career Center is for the people that realize none of this shit fucking matters. Let's just be here together and get through it. You'll be alright. And that's what I did. And I got good grades. I did it, but what started it all was just, I hope I never see those motherfuckers again.
Fuck them.
I've written them off my life because it was like the little, boop, couldn't be worse timing, and, yeah. But,
What you got?
I'm alive.
I don't think I have a good enough one. I'm trying to sit here and think of one. You got one?
I do, yeah.
I mean,
So neither of you...
I'm not saying that I don't have any real good ones. I mean,
Fair enough. You never walked in on a...
Back up.
I
got
got something.
caught in the 6th grade. I got caught at recess for smoking cigarettes. I was real big into wanting to be the jackass career guys, doing stupid shit all the time. And then I just found cigarettes, and shortly after that I got into alcohol. But anyways, I thought it'd be super cool to take cigarettes to school and smoke on our recess and get away with it. And the first couple days were fine, but then next thing you know, this one particular day, I take the cigarettes with, we're back here smoking, a couple people come back, and they're like, hey man, we're smoking, you want to smoke? And they're like, no, we're good. Right. So here I am smoking, I go back, and you're like, fuck, not even 10 minutes go by, here comes the principal. Like, hey, so... somebody out there saw you smoking. I'm like, what?
Smoking in the...
No, I wasn't smoking. But then, then they bring in one of the fucking people that said that I was smoking. It was one of my friends.
Rat.
Like, you little snitch motherfucker. Of all people, I thought... And the reason why he showed up is because I said, they were like, is there anybody there that could say that you weren't smoking? I'm like, oh yeah, so-and-so. Here he is, telling them that he saw me smoking. Because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, dude.
Because smoking ain't
So
allowed in
then after
school.
that, then I like, here's the pack. Yeah, I was smoking. I'm still going to smoke.
Right, yeah.
But
Take
mine's
him, I'll
not,
get
it's
another.
real
Right.
short. I mean...
His is short. He's got a shorty. It's a grower, not a shower. Come on, boy.
So this is a middle school story. I mean, it's not long, but it's I was depantsed as a 7th grader in front of the entire 8th grade girls volleyball team.
Oh damn!
Straight to the wiener?
No, it was my underwear, but
That's not as bad.
yeah, it's not as bad, but good times.
Well, I'll keep mine short and brief as well. This is not a school thing. This was at home.
I feel like I know what this is going to be.
No.
I hope I do.
You don't.
Dang it.
I've never told this to anybody. So feel privileged, and I'm only revealing this.
Can I tell one for you, too?
Is it when I threw up?
No.
Because I was going to tell that, but I've already told that story.
Okay.
What is it?
Wait, is it the pee drawer or corner
No.
or whatever?
I've told that story on here many times, too.
I love that.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
You gotta go pee again?
Kinda.
Well, hang on. Let me tell.
I'll wait.
Just go.
We're gonna go
Just pee.
Yeah, you can go.
We can just piss.
No,
right
just
Well,
pee
no, you-
right. Just pee right here.
I want to hear your story.
You have to hear this.
I do. Yeah. I don't
So
have to go
I
that bad.
specifically saved this for the 100th episode. I once had my sister walk in on me
Oh no!
as I was
And the
putting
twins.
Q-tips up my ass.
What?
Wait.
Hold on. I could fill.
What?
There's so many blanks I could fill
Yeah,
in
like,
after this.
What's happening?
Putting Q-tips up my ass.
Do we want to know
kind of Q-tips?
what made you think?
First of
doing
all,
that?
The generic ones.
Let me
or-
just justify every single ounce of this by saying I was 6.
Does it say on the box to
I
not
was
put
just-
them up your ass?
I
was-
think you could read the box.
I was a
6
weird
and putting-
experimental
he's like,
kid. I was
huh.
like, what's up there?
Well, it cleans yours out. Might as well clean a butthole out.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, I get it. You're innocent.
Oh
I
God.
get it.
That's the
Oh,
only reason
dear.
I feel at all justified
But
for
were you?
I
Like,
was 6.
taking wads
Yeah.
of Q-tips and
So what
medium
came?
No,
What?
no.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pleasure thing.
Jesus
What did they
Christ.
look
I was
like?
6, bro. I wasn't
just
getting
swiping your
hard.
butt.
I wasn't getting hard off of this. I was 6. I was just like being a weird kid. And it wasn't Asia, by the way. It was Ashley. Walked
Being
in.
a weird kid was like collecting
Ashley walked in and
caterpillars
she's
and
like,
letting them loose in the
and I
house.
was like,
What the hell?
Q-tips in
I was
the
like,
butt, that's super
excuse
weird.
me, I'm doing
I would
something.
expect that
I'm
out
busy.
of Justin.
Yeah,
Baby Lucas,
Can't you
not
see I'm busy?
Oh.
So yeah, there you
Have
go.
you ever done it since?
No,
Well, you hesitated.
That was
That was
maybe.
hey, nothing
Only-
wrong with
so
the old
I've
Q-tip in
upgraded to
the bum bum.
tampons.
Were you like trying to see what they would look like after you pulled it out? And
Don't
like, what
ask
came
me
out?
any more questions, bro.
He's all
I've already
trying to
given you
Dairy-
enough.
the Dairy
yeah.
Queen
We
swirl,
we
you
don't
know,
need
the
to dig
fucking-
any further.
Dig?
Oh God! Oh my gosh!
All right, you go pee. I'm gonna ask the next question.
All right, that's the next.
I'll ask you when you come back.
Well, I'm gonna pee with him.
Together?
Yeah, I'm gonna go pee with you guys too. I gotta pee.
All right, we'll take a little pee break. That's all right. We'll take a pee break. All right, we will do one more question here. And of course, I saved the best for last. I want you gentlemen to tell me about your first kiss. And if you're bold enough, tell me about the first time you did the horizontal mambo. If you're bold enough. If not, you don't have to. But I'll go ahead and start this one off. I will start this one off. My first kiss was in a dumpster.
Like his uncle.
So
Jesus, that's fine.
I was 12, I think, 12-ish. It was like 5th grade, 6th grade area. I had a big crush on a girl that I went to school with. She lived like 3 houses down from me. And we were playing hide and seek. Well, me and her decided, you know where's a great place to hide? Inside a dumpster. So that's what we did. We went and hid in a dumpster. And then, of course, she pulled the old, close your eyes. And I did. And it stunk like paint and ass. And her lips met mine. And my little 12-year-old wiener did not know what to do.
So every time you kiss someone now, do you smell garbage? And
No.
oh, okay.
No PTSD from that.
No sensory memories.
But that was my first kiss. Now, my first time, of course, as anybody, it was horrible. Nutted in like 2 seconds. Didn't wear a condom. Mistake. Because immediately after,
have
of course, I'm the guy that's like, you're on like birth control or something, right? You know, I was like, which is so hot.
Yeah, you know.
But, you know, I'm that guy. I was like, and I had a condom. That was the problem. Like, I had one. I was just like, I'm not going to use it. Nutted in her, you know, and that was great. Her breath also smelled like pickles.
Oh, yummy.
We got pickles. We got
I
garbage.
do like pickles.
So a reoccurring theme for my first times is bad smells because I hate pickles.
Really?
Yeah.
They're delicious.
That's funny.
Kinda
My
trade you-
shot glass
trade you
says,
places.
I am Pickle Rick.
Dickle dick.
Apparently, I love pickles.
Cheers, brother.
All right. So anybody else? First kiss.
You know what? I'm gonna get these out of the way, and I'm gonna do both of them because I hate all of you, and this is my last day in the band. So
Oh, me too.
the first one, and mind you, I'm a talker, so just give me a second. I'll get to it. There was this girl in 4th grade, and our school was doing renovations, and in 4th grade, that class was in a trailer outside of the school
Oh, I remember those.
because
Sounds
we
very
couldn't be
Montana.
inside. You know, obviously there's construction going on,
Oh.
and this girl was the image of me. We weren't popular. We weren't, the greatest looking. You know, and I'm not saying like in my eyes she was great looking, but she was the kind of girl where I got so much shit for hanging out with her that, that peer pressure on your mind, I didn't want to hang out with her that much. And I'll save her name, although I've tried to find her. I found her one time, and I'll get to that in a
If
second.
you're out there, wherever you are, Lucas's address is
843 Broadwater.
Those-
Fucking come over, please. But I'm just saying, so we were hanging out after school one time. My mom was a teacher. And so, I was there, and we had gone back into the trailer, and there was this utility closet, and she wanted to play this game, Kissing in the Dark. So, obviously,
How do you play that?
we went into the fucking utility closet, and she turned the light off,
I've only played that with a priest.
and
Oh, dear boy.
that's a story for another. That's
dear
another
boy.
podcast.
That's next
But,
episode.
we kissed in the dark, and lo and behold, I unfortunately I kick myself for doing this. Distanced myself from this girl, and I finally found her. And honestly, I tried to think about this earlier. Whether I found her on Facebook. It was either Facebook or Instagram. I honestly can't remember which one because I can't find her on either anymore. But
you've tried hard.
well, yeah, I want to reconnect with
Okay.
her.
Even checked
I did
MySpace.
at the time.
She might be dead.
She's not
possible.
dead. I know she's not dead.
Okay.
You could
You're
feel
out
it.
there.
I can feel it. Well, and
Okay.
I would know. I have too many mutual friends.
Oh,
Yeah. But
Check the old bits.
I found her, and I was probably just the most beautiful woman I've even seen. Even as cute as I thought she was as a little 4th grader,
4th graders are pretty hot.
and then we went off, and we went through 8th grade, and like, everything went off, like we were friends and everything. It wasn't ever anything bad, I would never hate her. It's just the pure pressure of her being, she walked to her own drum, which I thought was fucking awesome.
And that's why you became a drummer.
But I use that figuratively.
I know.
But the other kids were so judgmental. It was too much on my mind to deal with their judging, to where I'd rather be accepted by them than cut all of them off and go off with this one person. You know what I mean? And I regret that. I totally regret that, because I like I said, I did finally find her that one time. Haven't been able to find her since. And still the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Ever. Like,
I'll have
and
to
I think
reintroduce
she's
you
married.
to her.
I think she has kids, and
Damn
whatnot.
it.
So, here's
it's
this
not too late.
here's this glorious love story. If she got divorced, hey, I'm ready to step up to the plate.
And this is the,
I love kids. I love them.
so this is the girl you kissed then.
Yes.
so the
Okay.
ending might not
Yeah.
have been written yet.
It may not have. If you're out there,
Ooh.
you know who you are. Like, it's very obvious that all the details only can be
Missed
one
connections,
person.
Craigslist.
So, like people do that.
So,
anymore.
did you tell the part where you kissed her?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we kissed. We
In a
kissed in
dumpster.
the no.
That was me.
It was a dumpster fire.
We kissed in the dark in the
Dumpster.
closet.
Okay, yeah.
Because
And
of the game, Kissing in the Dark.
right, yeah, and that was her idea, and I was, and we'd the classical kid shit, just swing on the swings together, hang out together. She lived in my neighborhood, and she even invited me over to
Girl next door.
girls' parties, and I was the only guy there.
Friend zone.
I don't know if
But
that's
then
good
those
or
girls,
bad.
I think,
That's-
I
that's
honestly,
bad.
I
The view's
honestly
good,
think
the chances of
she wanted more, but I think the other girls got jealous because it wasn't just the guys I was getting shit from; it was the girls, and those bitches are brutal.
Brutal.
They are.
just bang
And
them all.
so
It's okay.
there was a lot on my mind, all that to absorb as a little kid. But lo and behold, if you're ever out there, know that I'm still alive,
And successfully in an awesome
And-
band.
and we'll.
Wait, is that band better than
Live-
us?
That band is us, you fuck.
You stupid fuck.
those guys.
But anyways, we'll just cut it off there. If you're out there, I'm here.
I'll spare you. Don't have to tell the first time unless you want to. You didn't want to
Well,
earlier.
wait,
The first
if this
time of
girl's
him and
gonna
I,
hear
or-
that,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
I don't care.
what if she hears
I'm
it and then
just-
it ruins your chances?
It's not.
Go
Is
for
it her?
Go for it.
No.
Oh, well,
Just let him tell a story.
fine.
Jeffrey.
It was Jeffrey.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
No. So my first time, and the only time the only reason I don't mind saying it is because it was very.
Brutal.
It wasn't great.
Oh.
He didn't
none of
shit
ours
right
were.
from
I-
Right?
I-
Was yours good?
I worked at Wendy's at the time.
Yeah, it was.
And
remember, but
Oh.
I worked at Wendy's at the time.
Fresh,
And
never frozen.
right, yeah, kind of, I guess. And one of my
fucking hate you
coworkers, who was a male, and another girl would usually regularly get off work and have drinks. And I don't know if you know or not, but Wendy's has those 32-ounce drinks that you can get. Well, that and soda was free, right? So she had a one full of like ice and tequila and something. I don't exactly remember what soda she picked, but it might have been 7-Up or Sprite or whatever they sell there. I don't remember. And then I was a rum dude, Captain Morgan all the way, foot on the barrel. And that's we won't get
He's
into
just been
that.
drinking Malibu all night.
Yeah, and so I had my rum and coke, which was way stronger than it should have been. And well, I mean, short story long, one thing led to another, and we were getting ready. But as young as I was, unfortunately, I had got what is called whiskey dick.
Oh.
Although I hadn't had whiskey before. I hadn't had whiskey that night.
I heard that was true. Oh, never happened to me.
So
Bullshit.
we couldn't think of ways to make this work, and I was trying to wear a condom.
oh yeah, forget
But
it.
then my coworker said, "Well, he's never had sex before." She ripped that thing off so fucking fast, and badoing.
So you weren't
And,
making finger puppets anymore.
It
No,
was what it was. I don't like I said, we were so messed up. I don't remember all the details, but I remember things happening.
Thank
And those were just, and I think the only reason that I wanted to not answer it in the first place was because I just don't know those guys anymore.
That's all the better reason.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so. But in my mind,
I
it's
hate all
like
you
I'd
guys.
rather
I
not
hate
think
all you
about them.
motherfuckers.
You
Fair
know, because I guess it worked. It like I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
Dude,
it happened.
it
but
happened.
He's like, I did
I've
have sex,
had-
I promise.
I've had
think.
far better experiences
For sure,
from that one since then.
I would say we all have.
it,
Drew, what
it
you
wasn't
got?
that great.
What you got, Drew?
First kiss. Oh, man, as much as I want to say it was like cool and special and blah blah blah, it really wasn't. It was. I always found myself in these weird situations growing up, but I remember it was second grade. We're out on recess, and I remember this particular gal that I hang out with occasionally. Suddenly, it started referring to me as her boyfriend in the second grade, and yeah, we're over by this baseball field, and
Pedophile.
next thing you know, dude, oh, stop it! I was 8, maybe 7. I was probably
Yeah,
7. Next thing you know, she's kissing me, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm supposed to kiss back. That's really about the gist of that for as far as a first kiss goes. But I think as far as losing virginity, I was 14. If I remember right.
I was
And-
19.
yeah, no, I was
older.
14, and there's
Oh,
like
God,
always
I'm
like
fucked on this one.
12?
God, the things that we would do at 14, I would never do as an adult. It's just not. It's just like, that
Oh
makes it
my
sound
God.
terrible, but it's just like, you know, here's me and my girlfriend at the time, and then here's my buddy and his girlfriend at the time. Here's one bed.
Eiffel Tower.
Let's just go ahead and
You guys shared a bed?
share the bed. Whether it was banging or
that's
just
pretty fucking rock and roll.
foreplay,
That is
or
rock and roll.
it was, yeah. And then after that, it was like, again,
You guys are like locking ankles. You're just like,
When
Yeah.
we go on tour, let's me, you, and share a hotel room so we can make this happen.
That's not how it works.
Okay.
I'm off the market
Okay,
now.
when
It's
we're on
not going
tour,
to
I
happen.
got my own motherfucking butt. Well,
But no,
okay,
and then
I'll
it was
Eiffel
like
Tower,
even after
yeah.
that, like it didn't matter who was over at my house at the time when it was my girlfriend was over
Possibly.
and my friends were over. If you're in the bedroom, well, that's your fault. We're gonna bang. And
You're in
it
the
was
bedroom,
just like-
yeah.
you went wild, boy.
yeah,
This is the
that's
bang
just-
zone.
Yeah,
You
We're not
unlocked.
even a fucking
Uh,
famous band, dude.
9 times out of
Just
10, my
sexual
friends would just be
stories
sitting there
about it.
watching TV, and they're like, I gotta get up and go to the. Never mind, I
Did
gotta
you do
go.
it doggy style so you could still watch
Unlocked
TV
Pandora's
as well?
box.
No,
Like you're going at it, you got the remote, like, all right.
Was her name
cool.
Pandora?
I don't think
No,
they gave
I
a
did
shit
not-
what
I
was
did not
on the
need
TV. At that point.
I don't know, like Bloodhound Gang, it's like, you and me, baby. They talk about
God damn.
Oh yeah.
going doggy
Hey.
style so they can both watch X-Files.
I couldn't really. I can't
and
My-
still
zero
go
in
at
on
it,
it first
so
time, but
I ramped up. You seemed to start here and then kind
work.
of.
Yeah,
Yeah. You just went all the way, man. My first time was almost a threesome.
What?
I've told that story before, but
Yeah, his fist, his and
something.
And the Q-tip.
Uncle Joey.
Insert
and the
random
Q-tip.
mumbling. Go for it.
Oh, okay. So, in high school, I had,
Were you done?
I had a band going.
oh yeah, no, I'm totally done.
I was starting a new band, right? And it was I played bass, my buddy played guitar, and we just found this drummer. And I really needed a new singer. And I heard of this guy who sang, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna ditch my lunch table in high school and go sit with him.
We're talking about first kiss.
First kiss. First kiss. Go sit with him, and I'm like, hey,
me?
do you wanna try out for my band? And he was like, okay, I'm like, yeah, we need a singer, and so the day finally comes, and he comes out to try out for the band, and we're playing some cover. I don't remember, maybe it was Chevelle or something, but I'm standing there, just an innocent high schooler, and I just remember like looking to the left and my skull just being aggressively grabbed, and you just pulled me right in.
I didn't. I didn't.
Aw, that's cute.
First of all, if I didn't actually kiss him,
No.
but if that was
No.
your first kiss,
He did.
I am
grab your
so
wiener,
sorry.
though.
No.
Did you feel violated?
Um,
Do you need to talk? Do you need a hug?
I think that what
I-
sparked the whole thing.
I ruined his life.
I know a good.
And the thing that's so funny about it is that, like, it's your personality and it's your sense of humor, but I didn't know you hardly at all at that point, and I just remember being like, ah! Like, it's,
Get your lizard
I'm
tongue
like
away
this-
from me, you filthy
some
animal.
16-year-old, like, terrified.
Okay, so what was your actual first kiss?
Oh my gosh.
Remember when
I
was
think
my
it
butt
was,
cheeks?
I must have been way too young. I was like first or second grade, and the neighbor girl that lived next to us, like, always liked
When
me.
you say girl, you meant boy, right?
No, that's just Dakota.
It was me.
But it's the neighbor girl, and, you know, it's so long ago, but I think it was like over the fence. We must have kissed, and I always felt
Smooch.
so weird about it, and was like, that was weird.
In between the knot hole.
Yeah, kind of, you know, like that. But,
Hey.
you know, whatever. You know, Drew was, what are you, second grade? I guess that's about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just, like I said, I just kind of got pulled into it.
Dude, I was late
I
on
had
all
no
of it. I was
intentions of
5th
that.
grade on my first kiss. I was 19. I lost my virginity. I was 23 when I first started drinking. I was 25 when I first smoked weed for the first time.
Oh, jeez.
All right, what you got?
So, it was a nice sunny day back in, had to be 1980 something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm old. I banged the shit out of my god sister. I was 3.5, 4 years old.
What?
Yeah.
Hang on.
No, we talked about this in treatment, and yeah.
What?
And I'm not gonna say names because she actually lives in this town. She was my god sister, not sister. Just a chick that I banged, and I was 4 years old. Yeah, so I've been pimping since
That's
like
called
1984.
molestation. Dun 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 dun.
molested too. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
Only by
No,
Lucas, but
I
that's
couldn't-
okay.
I can make it feel a little better. I chose not to say this, but okay, I'm going to say it just because you threw that out there. I don't know what happened in this particular gal's childhood, but it couldn't have been anything good. I was 6 when I got my first blowjob.
Yeah, but see, we're pimping. That's why we're in the ba-
6
Dude.
years old.
And it wasn't like rape or weird
Dakota's
molestation and
and-
shit. It was
Just kidding.
I just got my first blowjob 3
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Oh, God.
wow.
Man.
You really suck at life.
No.
Oh, jeez.
I've been getting laid since I was
3
4.
apparently. That's
3.5, 4. Yeah, it's impressive.
that's
it's
not,
not
what I would
impressive.
call it,
It's
but
actually,
Hey.
I probably have started every STD that's out there.
thank you for
It all
turning
came
this
from me.
dark.
Yeah, no, this is dark.
This got real dark.
Hey, you're the one that came up with the question.
True
man.
that.
A counselor, man.
I'm
it's just
gonna-
a podcast.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh, the counselors are even like, oh my god, like you're
Right.
cool,
Oh
just go
my
away,
God.
go the fuck away, go play bass. Of course, bass players are the filthiest animals out there,
Dig it, baby.
but oof.
You filthy animal.
All right.
First kiss, I don't even remember because I was too busy getting laid at 4 years old.
It's probably
I don't even remember my first kiss, honestly.
Well, on that note, I think that will wrap up the questions for the day. Thanks
Oh
for.
no, we're gonna get deep.
I hope you enjoyed getting to know the band. Now,
That's not really how we are. We're just putting on an act.
I
We're
do
cool.
want to say, so since we're all here and we got the podcast going, it's the 100th episode. 100 episodes, baby. We got to do it big. So I figured since we're all here, we should do a performance if you're all down to do some music.
I'll show
Oh,
my butt
gosh,
cheeks.
of course.
So
Aw,
we're gonna
shucks.
we'll do a little acoustic performance for you. So we're gonna set up and then we'll be right back for you.
Hey man, congratulations on 100 episodes. I'd give you a little bit more if I wasn't dying of the flu right now. But you're gonna have to settle for this. Avs in 4, baby!
All right, we are going to do an acoustic version of our song "To the Lost." Enjoy. still surviving. We've all been lost inside, we live to feel alive. Lay down your guns and cry, let's hear you testify. Show me your spirit, fly the fire in the sky. Cheer to the lost who died, we'll drink into the night. The night. We've all been lost inside, we live to feel alive. Lay down your guns and cry, let's hear you testify. Show me your spirit, fly the fire in the sky. Cheer to the lost who died, we'll drink into the night. The night.
I just want to say congratulations to your 100th episode. I am so proud of you, and I cannot wait to see what the next 100 episodes bring.
Fellas,
Oh,
I appreciate you coming on the show. I really do. This was an
yeah.
awesome
Cheers
show.
to-
This might be the best show I've ever done.
I thought it was a
Cheers to
Muppet
100.
show. No goddamn Muppets. I'm
And you know what?
Cheers.
Cheers to as many shows have we done, and 100 more.
Hell yes.
absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
I could probably only do 5 more. I mean, cheers.
Oh, that's not chilled anymore. All right.
Yeah, it's hot as balls in here. My beer's warm. My shots are warm. What the fuck?
Before we go,
Hand warm.
as you like to, as you like to,
Your hand's
as you
cold
know,
as ice.
I like to end the show with positive messages. And since we have 5 of us here, let's do a quick positive message to close out the show from Cutthroat.
I will start it. Go fuck yourself. Don't worry about anyone else. Fuck them.
Got it.
It's pretty positive. The one that I have to say is go for it, and I strongly believe in, and I feel for the people that are very self-conscious and may not believe they can achieve that kind of potential or any kind of potential at all, whatever it may be. Everybody's different. But whatever goal you have, it's not you fucker. It's not unachievable, and it's achievable in some way, in some capacity, and you will be happy. And just never stop believing and reaching out for help. And especially if you're a local musician, I hope you're seeing this. And I don't want Billings to be the scene where it is like other places where everybody's against each other. And I already know that people are shit talking, and I don't, that's under the rug, it's Jello under the fridge as far as I'm concerned. But always reach out to your peers. Always ask them, what are you doing? What do you suggest? What do you, because I know I speak on behalf of the band. We all are ready to help you, and we're ready to give you our advice, and we may even seek you for advice because it's an ever-growing thing here in Billings, and the scene is ever-growing, so you never know what part of it you're going to end up in. So,
everybody's doing it.
If you want my 2 cents or 4 cents or 6 cents, it's do what you believe in. Don't be afraid of it, and don't be afraid to reach out. And that's me.
I'd say to build on what you're saying, for me anyway, and just musical in general, is don't be afraid to start small, and don't be afraid to take baby steps and start with what you can do. Because I feel like there's a lot of people I see that are way too hard on themselves and believe that they can't take it to the next level on an instrument or as a band or,
in anything in life.
In anything in life, really. So it's like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like a lot of us can be super critical to ourselves, and some of that is good. It shows that you're, going to improve, but I think a lot more of us have a lot more untapped potential than we think, and you're never going to get there unless you start small and you let yourself make mistakes and you take baby steps along the way, and you just can expand on what you want to do and what you like to do, and not only with music but with everything. So a growth mindset is a good thing to have, and I think it's very important. Yep.
Oh yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would. But it's true, though. You can't close your mind off. You're always going to be a student in life, and if you think anything else, you're a dipshit. There is, I got 2 quotes I'm going to use. One I'll save for the last, but the first one, it might sound kind of corny. It was Muhammad Ali that said, if you're the same man in your 50s as you were in your 20s, you're wasting your life. And that's something that it's always hit me hard, because I know some people that are still acting the way they were when they were in their teens, and they're pushing 40 now.
Just kidding.
Yeah, but anyways, it's just like what Justin was saying, Lucas was saying. Don't give up. Keep trying. Build off of your baby steps. So, like, for me especially, I think I'd never be able to play lead or bang with any of those lead players out there that I look up to. I won't say I'm quite there, but I'm pretty close, I like to think. Or at least I can bullshit my way through it and make it sound that way. And then the last thing I'm going to say is if you can't beat them, I believe it was the great Jeffrey Dahmer that said this, but if you can't beat them, eat them.
The great Jeffrey Dahmer.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
I don't taste like bacon as much as you would like to think.
All right. Well, I'm gonna close this bad boy out by saying, life is awesome. Life is awesome. Life is beautiful. And life is worth living. So go out and fucking live it to your fullest. Because for the 100th time, life's a garden. Dig it.
That was really loud.
Fuck yeah.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it.